concentrate on how to find the minimum cover of a Boolean expression using the K-map, that is determining a minimal cover. Let's just take a view on the definitions which are important while going through this reduction of Boolean expressions by means of K-map. Now, what is a literal? We have already seen what a literal is. What is its definition? Each occurrence of a variable or its complement in an expression is called as a literal. Every occurrence of a variable, either in its complemented form or uncomplemented form, each occurrence in the expression is called as a literal. Now, the Boolean expression, they are represented in two forms, the sum of product form and the product of sum form. If you have an equation in terms of sum of product form, then the function evaluates to 1 for a sum term present in the expression. And if a Boolean expression, if it is expressed in terms of a POS form, then a sum term represents that the function evaluates to 0 for that particular sum term which is present in the Boolean expression. Now, these SOP terms and the min terms, we have also said that if all the variables, if they are present in the sum term, then that term is called as a min term. And if all the variables of the input are present in the product term, for sum term we call it as max term, and for product term we call it as min term. So if all the variables are present in the product term, then that form or that particular combination of input for which it is present in the Boolean expression, that is called as min term. And in case of sum term equation, if all the variables are present in the sum which is present, which is a part of a POS equation, for any sum term, if all the input variables are present, then that is called as a max term. Now, the product term which appears in a Boolean expression is also called as a implicand, and a POS the sum term present in the POS equation is called as a implicate. The sum term is called as implicate and a product term is called as implicand. So min term is a implicand and max term is a implicate. So every product term, even if it is in a reduced form, can also be called as a implicand. So if all the variables are not present, also if some of the literals if are dropped, and for a 3 variable function, if we have a product term of 2 variables, then that product term also called as an implicand. So what is the implicand? A product term in a SOP equation is called as an implicand, and a sum term in a POS equation is called as an implicate. The product term evaluates to 1 for the function or for the function in the K-map or a truth table. A group of adjacent ones in the K-map, if you group together the adjacent ones and if you write a reduced form of equation form of product term, that is also called as an implicand. Every SOP term that implies the function, that is every SOP term, every product term that implies the function or that evaluates the function to 1 is called as implicand. Every sum term in a SOP equation that evaluates the function to 1 is called as implicand. And a sum term which evaluates to 0 and is present in the K-map is called as an implicate. And if you form a group of adjacent zeros and write a reduced form of sum term, then that is also called as an implicate. So every POS term that implies the function, every sum term in a POS equation that evaluates the function to 0 is called as implicate. Every POS term that evaluates the function to 0 is called as implicate. So remember this, what is the implicant is, what is the implicate is, and what a literal is. Now, what is prime implicant? A product term or an implicant that cannot be combined with any other product term or any other implicant to eliminate a literal, that is called as a prime implicant. And a sum term that implicate that cannot be combined with another sum term or a implicate to eliminate a literal is called as prime implicate. So prime implicant or prime implicate, they cannot combine with any other term to reduce any other literal further. So it is not possible to combine that particular term with any other implicant or implicate, so it is called as prime. So prime implicant or prime implicate cannot combine with any other term to eliminate any other literal further. So for example, consider this K map where the number of ones are given here. This is for, say, if this is A, B, C, D, this side if you have LSBs and this side if you have MSBs. So this is 0, 1, 2 and 3. So if you have the function value is equal to 1 for 0, 2, 3, and then it is for 5, 6. It is for 6, it is 1, and then it is 8 and 9, 12 and 13. For that it is 1. Now all these are implicants. Any group of ones, these can be written as implicants. So you can form a group of pair of ones, you can form a pair of ones, you can form a quad of ones, you can form a pair of ones, form a pair of ones. This one alone you can see, or this one you can combine with the other one here, a pair, or this one with this one you can form a pair. These all are called as the implicants. Now, this is called as a implicant. This group of one is called as an implicant. This can further combine with these nearby ones. So this is also an implicant, but these two implicants, they can further combine together to reduce the another variable. So a group of 4 ones here, this is called as a prime implicant. This group of 2 ones is called as implicant. This group of 2 ones is called as implicant. The single one is also called as an implicant. This group of 2 ones is called as implicant. And since this cannot be further reduced, it is called as prime implicant. This group of 2 ones is implicant, and since this cannot be combined with any other to reduce the variable further, it is called as prime implicant. So here from this 2 group of ones, this you can combine together to form a quad and you get a prime implicant AC bar. This one you can combine either with this and this, or this with this. This is also a prime implicant. If you combine this one with this one, that is also a prime implicant. But as I said that all the prime implicants may not be essential to write the function in terms of a Boolean term. Now see this another example. All possible prime implicants are listed here. But what is the minimum solution? So which is essential and gives the minimum number of literals is expressed. So first let us concentrate on how many number of prime implicants are there. So this is group of 4 ones which forms a quad. From this quad, it is not possible to form an octet. So therefore, this is a prime implicant. This group of ones is a prime implicant. Now, what is the Boolean expression of this? It is AB. See here, this AB is present here. It is a prime implicant. Now, this group of four ones, this is also a quad. Now, the Boolean expression for this particular quad is the variable C is 0 and the B is 1. So, BC bar that is present here. Now another quad you have here, this is another quad. Now what is the equation for this quad? For this quad you have C1 and A also 1, so AC the prime implicant. So there are three quads and the corresponding three expressions, Boolean expression for three quads are AB, AC, BC bar. This for three quads. Then all possible pairs, let us write the prime implicants. So for this one and this one, they can combine together. And this pair cannot combine with any other to reduce further. So this is also called as a prime implicant. That is B bar CD. Now this one and this one, you can combine together, and this pair, it cannot be combined with any other one to form a quad. Therefore, this is also called as a prime implicant to reduce a variable further. Therefore, the Boolean expression for this particular pair is A bar C bar D. Now, this pair of ones, if you observe, it cannot form a quad with any other group of ones. Therefore, this is also called as prime implicant. So there are three group of ones, pair of ones, whose Boolean expressions are A bar, B bar, D bar, A bar, C bar, D, B bar, C, D. Now all the prime implicants, they are not essential to write a minimum solution. So we have to, while writing a minimum solution, as I said in a previous class also while forming the group of ones, we should take care that at least one is a single in a group. So based on that, we get always a minimum solution. Now, when I form this squad and when I form this squad, then there is no necessity of this squad because all the four ones which are present in this squad, they are already covered in a Boolean expression, and even for these values also, it evaluates the function. So there is no necessity of this particular quad to add it in the Boolean equation, because all the ones which are present here for this particular quad are already part of the Boolean expression in the other terms. Therefore, this is not essential. Now, when I form this pair of ones, at that time then there will be no necessity of this pair of 1 and this pair of 1. So the minimum solution will be with this two quads and this one pair of pair of ones. So the reduced Boolean expression F is equal to A bar B bar D plus B C bar plus AC. Now for this particular this K-map, let us identify the different terms here, which are the essential in the function f. So there are different quads formed. So how many quads are formed here? Observe here. There's 1, 2, 3 and 4 quads are formed, and the function with this 4 quad is CD plus BD plus B bar C plus AC. Now all these terms, whether they are essential, that we have to see. Whether all are essential, with which number of group of 4 with group of quads that is sufficient to evaluate the function or to get all these ones for the functions. All these ones are covered with the covered for evaluating the Boolean expression. See here. If I choose this quad, this one is essential. For this particular one, this quad is essential, and for this particular one, this quad is essential. Now, when I form this quad, this one, which is a part of this quad, is already covered in this particular quad. Therefore, if you observe now the group of ones for this particular quad, all the group of ones they have already covered either this quad or this quad or this quad. Therefore, this quad which is of the Boolean expression series is not essential in the Boolean expression where the function is evaluating to 1. Even by omitting this particular term in the Boolean expression, the function will evaluate to 1 for all these possible combinations. You will get with these three terms, you will get all these ones with this function f. For this function f which is equal to 1 for all these ones, that you can obtain with these three terms also. Therefore, there is no necessity of this term CD. Now, by observing this particular examples, what is the essential prime implicant? A one cell that appear in only one prime implicant is called essential, and the corresponding prime implicant is called as essential prime implicant. A cell that appear in only one prime implicant is called essential cell, and the corresponding prime implicant is called as essential prime implicant. So first you have to identify all the implicants, then you have to identify the prime implicants which cannot be further reduced, and then once you identify all the prime implicants, then from that you see how many prime implicants they are essential prime implicants that you have to observe. Now consider this example where we need to identify the prime implicants, all the prime implicants, and then essential prime implicants. So this function is given as it is equal to sum of min terms 1, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 15. It indicates that the function f, which is of the variables, for example, say that a, b, c, d, evaluates to 1 for 1, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 15. So let us enter in the K-map 1, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 11 and 15 as 1 and rest all with zeros. Now form all the possible combination of pairs and quads which are the prime implicants. So let me form a quad here. This possibility of a quad in the beginning. So let me form a quad in the center here with 4 ones. Then for this particular one which is essential and is not a part of this quad is, this is BD. This cannot be further combined with any other cell to reduce the variable further. So this is a prime implicant. Now this one is an essential cell, and for that particular one I have to form a pair with this one. Now what is the Boolean expression for this? It is B bar this side and it is C bar D. So A bar C bar D. Then next for this one and this one, we need a pair formation. There is no possibility of quad. So a pair, and an equation for this pair is A, B, C bar. So A, B, C bar. Now we have another one here and here. For that, you need a pair here again. And a Boolean expression is A bar, B, C. And for remaining one, you require the equation as ACD. Now if you observe here, even though we are able to form a quad in the beginning here, the group of 4 ones we need to give a preference, you observe that all the ones in this quad, they are covered in this all pair of ones. These all 4 ones, they are essential and they cannot form or combine together with any other ones to reduce further the Boolean expression. This is essential implicant, this is essential cell. So a prime implicant including this cell is called as this as a essential prime implicant. So this is also, this is an essential cell because this one has formed only one combination of pair. So this is a essential cell, and a implicant which is formed with this cell is called as a prime implicant. and this prime implicant is essential prime implicant. And this is also essential prime implicant with this essential cell. This is also one essential cell, and this is essential prime implicant. Now there is no other cell remained here which is not formed any combination. So this group of 1 which is a quad, that is not essential. So this is not essential prime implicant. So there are total 5 prime implicants, and the essential prime implicants are 4, that are A bar, C bar D, A bar BC, ABC bar and ACD. Now consider this next example to identify the essential prime implicants. So where the function ABCD evaluates to 1 for the sum of minterms 0, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. So I already entered in this K-map the values for which this function evaluates to 1. Observe here. Now let us identify all the quads first. So this is the first quad. Then the equation for this quad is BD, and the equation for this quad is, what is that? This is BC, and then another quad is this. The equation for this quad is C bar D. The equation of this quad is CD bar, CD bar, and you can form a quad with these 4 ones or a corner 4 ones. If you form with corner 4 ones, that is B bar D bar, and if you form like this, then it is B bar C bar. These are all prime implicants. Now to cover all the ones, we have to say which ones are essential, which groups are essential, and get the minimum cover. So I have already darkened with the groups of 3 quads for which all the ones in this K map are covered. You may think of any other combination also. So for example, suppose I may take this quad, I may take this quad, and I may take this quad. So total overall, we require 3 quads to take it as an essential prime implicant. So a minimal cover, whichever you are obtaining, that may not be a unique solution. So if 2 different persons think of from 2 different point of view, their solution may be different. Now right now I have considered these 3 group of quads which are the essential prime implicant and cover all the ones of this function f where the function is evaluated to 1. So with this the essential prime implicants are B bar D bar, BC and C bar D. As I said, you can also form the quad with this. For this quad is, so which is not the part of this equation, that is the remaining 3. So if you take the remaining 3 also, you can cover the all ones. There which are remaining, that is BD, then CD bar and B bar C bar. With that also you can get another Boolean expression which is the essential prime implicant. Either that or this may be the solution, unique solution. Now let us concentrate on the K-maps with don't care terms. So what are these don't care terms? The don't care terms are the undefined outputs in the truth table for which we can assume that the function may evaluate to 1 or it may evaluate to 0. So truth table entries, they represent the minterm or max terms. So a Boolean expression may be expressed in terms of minterm canonical formula or the max term canonical formula with some of the don't cares in the truth table, the combination of input for some of the minterm or max term. At the output, you may get the variable like this cross x, cross or x. So don't care conditions, they are represented by x or a cross sign in the truth table. And these are called as the don't care terms. These don't care terms, they are entered in the K-map also with the same symbol of x or cross. The examples of min-term and max-term canonical forms with the don't care condition can be expressed as the function a, b, c, d, it evaluates to 1 for the sum of min-terms 0, 1, 2, 3, 13, 15 with the don't care conditions at 8, 9, 10. Now what is this don't care? What we are saying now is don't care means we do not bother for these values of minterms for which the function it may evaluate to 1 or 0 that are not essential part of our expression. So to reduce the number of literals, you can use this as either 1 or 0. So since it may be considered as 0 or it may be considered as 1, this particular combination of minterm will not appear at all at the input. That is why we consider these as the don't care conditions in the expression. So this is another example where the function ABC is equal to sum of minterm 4, 7, that is the function evaluates to 1 for the values 4 and 7, and the don't care conditions are 1 and 3, that is the input possibly may not appear to this combination 1, 3, if at all it appears also, the output may be either 0 or it is 1, that is not required actually. So it is called as don't care. So function a, b, c, d, if it is expressed in terms of max term and don't care, then it can be expressed in this way. The product of max terms for 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, the function evaluates to 0 and the don't cares are 0, 1, 2. So this is another example of product of max term where it evaluates to 0 and these are the don't care conditions. The D should be used as a small d. Here by mistake I have used it as a capital D. So do not form the group of don't cares only if you are using a K-map because they are not essential cells. So with the essential cells having 1 or 0, if there are 3 don't cares and if you are possibly able to form a quad, that is permitted. So either one cell which consists of a valid resultant function value is either 1 or 0. With that you can combine the don't cares. So for example, consider this function where it evaluates to 1 for sum of minterms 0, 1, 2, 3, 6, 13, 15 and the don't care 8, 9, 10. Let us enter it in the K-map. So for this 0, 1, 2, 3, 6, 13, 15, I am entering it as 1 and 8, 9, 10 as don't care, that is cross, and the remaining terms are 0. Now let us try to form a quad. So let me form this quad first. This is a quad. This is essential quad and we need to form this quad. This is a essential pair of ones. So let me form a pair of 1 here. So the Boolean expression for this quad is A bar B bar and this is also essential one. So we can form a pair here. Using don't care we cannot form a quad. So now if you want to form a quad with these 2 ones and these 2 don't cares, you can also form a quad, but that is not essential because these 2 ones are already covered in this group of quad. So this may not be essential. This is not essential. Now this is essential cell, so this implicant is essential. So and the value of this implicant is A bar C D bar. Now these 2 cells they are essential and the implicant is ABD. This is a prime implicant and these 3 are essential cells. You can also form a pair with this, but this is an essential cell and this one is already formed a pair with this. So this is not essential pair. So the function f is equal to A bar B bar plus A bar C D bar plus ABD. Now use the K-map to determine the 1 and the minimum SOP expression and the minimum POS expression also you need to obtain from this. So the same example is given here. So minimum SOP that we have already formed in the previous slide. Now to obtain the minimum POS expression, we need to combine the zeros. Now this 0 is essential. So with this 3 don't cares, we combine the zeros and the prime implicant becomes A bar B. Now with these 2 zeros, there is no possibility of a quad, so this 2 zeros pair is essential, and the implicant is B bar plus C plus D. Now these 2 zeros are essential, and it's A plus B bar plus D bar. Now this is the 0 which is left out. Either you can form a pair with this 0 and this 0, or you can form a pair with the 0 and x, whichever. You may take this or you may take this with this. Out of these two, one combination you take. So A bar plus C bar plus D. This is not essential because the zeros are already covered. That is not essential. So this is also not essential, and this 0 and this 0 is also not essential. So the minimal POS expression is f is equal to A bar plus B, B bar plus C plus D, A plus B bar plus D, A bar plus C bar plus D. So we shall stop here. You go through this again and again and understand the concept. If you have any doubts, you can ask the queries in the next class.